With physics, we describe the way that the world works, and often we describe it using mathematical reasoning. Now, if you are like one of those that sees word problems like this, never fear. In physics, we will see several word problems. They won't look like this, of course. This is a joke, but they will be taking a bunch of information and trying to make it make sense with our equations that we're going to use. Now, when word problems begin to trip us up, it's very easy to just get frustrated and say, I quit, and just guess. But what I want you to do is not just guess, I want you to guess. So GUESS is an acronym, and it stands for given. So we're going to look in the word problem and figure out what information they're giving us. We'll look at the unknown. What is the variable that they want us to solve for? What's the question? What's the problem? What are we needing to solve? E is the equation. We've got lots of equations that we're going to gather through our time together in physics. Which one of those equations, or maybe even a series of equations, is it going to take to unlock this problem? The first S is either setup or substitute. So you take in the equation, you take those letters, those variables, and sub in the numbers, the information that we have. And then finally, can you guess the last S? Solve. Finally, you'll have something that you can put into your calculator, possibly after some algebraic rearranging, and you can solve it and get the answer that you're looking for. So let's look at this. This is a very, very simple one from motion that we're about to start. You have something like James drives 100 kilometers in 5 hours. What is his speed? Well, first off, what are they giving us in the problem? They're giving us 100 kilometers, which meters, that's a distance measurement, so kilometers, that's a distance. And then they're giving us hours, which is a time measurement. So we know we have a distance and we have a time. Notice that whenever I write these down, they have both the unit, the number, and they've got a label. We want to make sure and keep kilometers and keep hours so we can make sure we're all speaking the same language and getting the correct answer. Now the unknown, what do they want from us? It's two ways. You can either look for the question mark. So what is his speed? Question mark. We're looking for speed. Or you can look for maybe a command like find his speed. And that will help us figure out what they're wanting us to know. What's the unknown? So in this case, it's speed. There's got to be some kind of equation. Now, we haven't learned the equations for motion yet, but I'm going to show you that speed is the distance covered divided by the time that it takes to cover that distance. So speed is distance divided by time. That's our equation. The next thing we do is take our numbers, the 100 and the 5, and sub those in for our D and our T. So we get 100 divided by 5. Now we've got something we can put into the calculator. So we'll put that in the calculator and solve it. 100 divided by 5 gives us 20. Now the 20, remember, we need to have both the value, the 20, and we need to have our units. So keep that kilometers, keep the hours, and we get kilometers per hour, which is our speed measurement, okay? So take a second and try this. Megan knows the density of cooking oil is 0.92 grams per milliliter. She's storing the oil in a 1 liter container. How much mass does the oil have? What is the given? Look for the numbers. I see a 0.92 grams per milliliter. What is 0.92 grams per milliliter? We'll look backwards. It says the density of the oil is. So 0.92 grams per milliliter is a density measurement. I see another number over here. It's 1 liter. And she's talking about storing it in a 1 liter container. That must be the volume. And then for you, unknown, what's the question? We want to know how much mass. Look for the question mark and go backwards. How much mass does the oil have? So density, volume, mass. I think I remember an equation that uses those from chemistry. Remember, density is mass divided by volume. So you can set up, put in the 0.92 for your D, put in the 1 for your V, and rearrange that and put that in the calculator and solve for your M, your mass, okay? So it will start to get a little bit more complicated. We will start to have bigger problems with more numbers. I don't want you to be afraid of it. I don't want you to just give up and guess. I will model this as we problem solve throughout the year. Okay, what do we have? What do we want? Okay, what equation has those things in it? And that will help make it a little bit easier, a little bit more bite-sized chunks to work through these problems so that it's not so overwhelming like the problem at the beginning. All right,